Folks, welcome back to another episode of The Fallen Badge. Today, the murder of Officer Ronald Ryan Jr., Officer Timothy Jones, and Canine Laser, St. Paul Police Department, Minnesota. Officer Ryan was 26 years old. He had about 18 months on with St. Paul Police Department. Now, he was married. His mom and daddy were still alive. His daddy now, he was a former police lieutenant with St. Paul Police Department. Officer Jones was 36 years old. Now, he had 16 years with St. Paul. He had a wife, a son, and a daughter. Now, his canine partner, Laser, I didn't see any information on how long that Laser had been with the department. It's August 26, 1994. Call comes in. It's a complaint regarding an individual asleep in a car at Sacred Heart Church there at East 6th and Hope Streets. Now, Officer Ryan, he gets the call. I don't know if they sent a second car or not on this. I took it from the resource material that they probably did not, since some of the after-action information indicated that the department had started making calls such as this, two-man calls instead of just one. So I took it that this was a one-man call. So he makes the scene. There is an individual in the car asleep. Now, that suspect's about 26 years old. Was in the Marine Corps. Resource material said he was a combat veteran. I don't know if that's how accurate that is, but from the damage he committed, I would say that he had some combat experience. Now, he had some issues with PTSD, and he had him a warrant there out of Mason City, Iowa. So I imagine he did not want to see the police. Now, Officer Ryan, he went up to the vehicle and he woke up the suspect. I don't know if the suspect actually had an ID or if he just gave Officer Ryan information verbally. Some witnesses across the street in an apartment complex said that they saw Officer Ryan go up to the car. Then he walked back to the rear of the suspect car, and then from there started walking back to his car. The assumption being he was going to check the suspect's information, see if he was wanted. Now, the suspect, he jumped out of the car. He was armed with, I believe, a revolver. Now, he fired several rounds. Officer Ryan went down. Suspect then ran up to Officer Ryan, took his service weapon from his holster, and shot Officer Ryan multiple times. Suspect then got in his car and left the scene. Now, other officers who were on a domestic disturbance call a few blocks away heard the shots, made the scene. Now, Officer Ryan was transported to the hospital, but he was going to be dead within just a few hours. Now, the suspect, when he left the scene, he drove southeast. He ended up abandoning his car over on Old Hudson Road there on the east side. And he took off, ran into the woods. Now, some witnesses there told the police they saw the suspect run into the woods. So the whole neighborhood up there on the east side was in lockdown, and they had the helicopter up. Lots of police checking the neighborhood. Of course, ideally what you want to do is you want to get you a box. You want to get some streets north, south, east, and west, and you want to get police on them. You want to try to contain the suspect in a given area. And once you've got him contained, you want to slowly close that box in until you get him. Now, one of the officers that was involved in this search was Officer Jones. Now, he was off that day, but as it is with most police, when they hear another officer's been shot and killed, they're going to come into work. So he got this old partner Laser, and they had a section over there in the 1100 block of Conway Street. Now, what they did then, same thing we did in Memphis. You get that box, and then you let the canines work inside the box. Now, evidently, there was no cover officer for Officer Jones, which our department was kind of the same way. They didn't necessarily tell officers that somebody needed to go with the canine officer. Some of the canine officers now, they didn't want anybody going with them. I always tried to go if they'd let me, because I always thought that canine officer, he's trying to watch his reaction of his partner, and while he's doing that, it's hard for him to look around and see what's in the area. But in any event, Officer Jones is following procedure, and so the other officers. Now, his dog Laser, he gets the scent over there off of Conway, and there's a little shack at the back of this house. Now, the suspect's inside that little shack. He cranks off rounds using Officer Ryan's weapon, shoots Officer Jones. Officer Jones goes down. Now, the suspect comes out, and I don't know if he cranked off more rounds at Officer Jones or not, but Laser, he jumps the suspect, and from the bite wounds on the suspect's leg, evidently Laser did get a hold of him, but it wasn't enough. The suspect shot and killed Laser as well. Now, the suspect took Officer Jones's service weapon. Now, he took the officer's weapons and he hid them under a porch of a house. He hid under a pile of lumber and rubbish that was laid up against the house there on Euclid, which is about a block over. Now, the police were able to locate and take the suspect into custody alive. Now, Officer Jones and Laser were transported, and they were both DOA as well. Now, the suspect, he pled guilty to both murders, and he got sentenced to life with no parole. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the St. Paul Police Department did change their policy about handling suspicious person calls. They also changed the policy on their canine officers. The policy after Officer Jones's death was that there would be a cover officer to go with the canine handler, as it should be. Very, very sad. Officer Ronald Michael Ryan Jr. Officer Timothy James Jones. Canine Laser. End of watch, August 26, 1994.